I'm Young Buzz. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel where we break down the biggest moments in music culture and actually talk about what they mean, not just read the headlines. Today's news, honestly, made me stop scrolling for a second because it's one of those stories that feels bigger the more you think about it. We're talking about Cortis and how, just 4 months after debut, he's already stepping onto a stage that most artists only reach after years, sometimes decades, in the industry. So here's the situation. Cortis has officially been invited as a headliner for a major festival hosted by the National Basketball Association worries. Not just invited, not just performing, but headlining the NBA crossover concert series. This event will take place at the Los Angeles Convention Center on February 12th during the 2026 NBA All-Star Weekend. And with this, Cortis becomes the first K-pop artist ever to perform at this event. I want you to really pause on that sentence. First K-pop artist, not one of the big legacy groups that have been around for years, not a veteran soloist with a long US history, a rookie artist 4 months into debut. That alone tells us that this isn't a normal opportunity. This is a statement. The NBA crossover concert series isn't just a concert. It's part of a larger cultural festival that blends sports, music, fashion, and pop culture. It's where basketball fans, industry insiders, celebrities, and global media all collide in one place. If you've ever followed NBA All-Star Weekend, you already know it's not just about basketball. It's about influence, relevance, and who's shaping culture right now. Cortis will be headlining the opening night of this 4-day festival, which runs from February 12th to February 15th, 2026. And yes, all 5 members will be on stage, opening the entire event with what's already being described as a major performance. Opening night matters. It sets the tone. It defines the energy. You don't give that slot to someone unless you're confident they can command attention from an audience that didn't necessarily come just for K-pop. And that's where this story gets really interesting to me. The NBA didn't just quietly book Cortis. They publicly described him as a boundary-pushing, original artist with unconventional artistry and global influence, and added that he aligns with the innovative spirit of NBA crossover and All-Stars. That wording is very intentional. The NBA is extremely careful with branding. They don't attach their name to artists unless they believe that artist represents where culture is going, not where it's been. In my personal opinion, this is one of the strongest endorsements a rookie K-pop artist can receive in the US market. Because this isn't a K-pop festival. This isn't a Korean cultural event. This is American sports and entertainment culture saying, we see you and you fit here. Now, let's talk about the names Cortis is being placed next to. Artists who have previously performed alongside him include Ludacris and Shaboozey. Ludacris is a 3-time Grammy Award winner with 5 #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100. Shaboozey was the artist who held the top spot on Billboard's Hot 100 for the longest period last year. These are not niche acts. These are mainstream powerhouses. So ask yourself this, why would the NBA place a 4-month-old K-pop artist in the same performance lineage as artists like that? I think the answer lies in timing and identity. Cortis didn't debut quietly. From the start, his image, sound, and presentation were clearly designed with a global audience in mind. And instead of trying to fit into an existing box, he feels like he's creating a new one. That's risky, but when it works, it creates moments like this. Another thing that can't be ignored is Cortis's rapid traction in the US market. Just last month, he appeared on major platforms like iHeartRadio Live, Apple Music's The Zane Lowe Show, SiriusXM Radio, and The Zach Sang Show. These aren't random appearances. These are platforms that introduce artists to serious music listeners, industry decision makers, and tastemakers. If you've ever watched those interviews, you know they don't just invite anyone. They invite artists they believe are shaping the future of music, or at least pushing it in a new direction. So when you put all of this together, the NBA headline slot doesn't feel sudden anymore. It feels planned. But here's where I want to be honest with you. I think this moment is exciting, but it also comes with pressure. A lot of it. When you're introduced to a massive audience this early, expectations skyrocket. This performance won't just be judged by fans. It'll be judged by casual viewers, critics, sports fans, and people who may be seeing Cortis for the very first time. And that brings me to a question I really want you to answer in the comments. Do you think debuting this big, this fast, is an advantage or a risk? Some artists grow slowly and build a foundation. Others jump straight into the spotlight. Which path do you think leads to longer-lasting success? Personally, I think Cortis has a rare opportunity here. Performing at the NBA Crossover Concert Series places him in a space where genre boundaries matter less than presence. If he delivers a performance that's confident, polished, and emotionally engaging, this could redefine how K-pop artists are viewed in non-music first environments. Another angle that fascinates me is the cultural crossover itself. Basketball and K-pop have very different fan cultures, but they share something important: loyalty and identity. NBA fans don't just watch games, they follow narratives, personalities, and rivalries. K-pop fans do the same. So when these worlds collide, the potential for long-term fandom crossover is huge. I also think this moment says a lot about where K-pop is heading. We're moving beyond just chart success and album sales. This is about integration into global culture, not as a trend, but as a permanent presence. And Cortis being chosen as the face of that integration, this early, is significant. But I want to hear your perspective. Do you think the NBA chose Cortis because of his music, his image, or his cultural impact? Or do you think this is a strategic move to attract younger, global audiences? There's no wrong answer here, and that's why this discussion matters. As we get closer to February 2026, all eyes will be on that opening night. Not just to see how Cortis performs, but to see how the crowd reacts. Because moments like this can open doors not just for one artist, but for an entire generation. So let me ask you one final question. After this NBA headline performance, what do you think is the next step for Cortis in the US market? A tour? A collaboration? A Billboard breakthrough? I want your predictions. If you enjoyed this kind of deep, conversational breakdown and want more discussions like this, make sure to stay connected with the channel. This is On Young Buzz, and I'll see you in the next one.